The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina sometimes deals with disturbing and problematic topics. We provided a list of content warnings in the episode description. Hello and welcome to Dead Ends. I'm Emily.
I'm Brenton.
And we have a new episode for us, for you guys. We've seen it. Of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Season 2, Part 2.
That's right.
Episode 1.
AKA Part 4.
Yeah. I wrote in my notes Part 1, but I know it's Part 2. We are in the final quarter. I don't know why I wrote it as Part 1. I said, you know what? No, it's Season 2, Part 1. It's not true. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah, no, this is the last.
This is the last of Sabrina. We've made it. We're in the final quarter. This is when you give it your all.
We made it back to you.
And we made it back to you. We've been gone for a while, as you've probably noticed. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what your life's like. We might be low on your podcast here. But regardless, we went on a trip. Brenton had some work stuff. We went on a trip, and then I got a cold.
Yeah. We'll have I meant for it to go out before this was a vlog.
Yeah, we filmed some little clips about just like our journey down. Not like too much, It's not a full travel vlog. Most of the time we spent with family and small children, and we don't put people's children on the internet.
No.
And if we have a child, we probably won't put our child on the internet.
No.
So just know we hung out with children. We went to Disneyland and we hung out with children, both at Disneyland and then visiting family. And it was really fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
It was a great time.
We've just been busy doing a bunch of other things. And then also our air conditioner broke.
Our air conditioner broke, so we had to be out of our home for a weekend because it was too hot. And let's see here. What else?
It's still not fixed.
It's still not fixed. No, and it's not going to be fixed for a long time, allegedly. So that's fun. Homeownership. Worst thing we've ever done.
Woohoo!
And what else? Let's see here.
Yeah.
I had a cold. Busy. It was really bad. It was a bad cold.
We had to leave our house again. Or are you just thinking like since we filmed the vlog?
Just in general.
Yeah. We left our house early because of the air conditioning broke. And then we had to leave another weekend because it got hot and we had no air conditioning.
Yeah. It's great. We're having a great time. We're having a good time, as I like to say on Disney Cruise. But we're getting through it. We could be having a worse time.
Exactly.
We are very lucky.
It's just
very
chaotic.
Privileged. We've just been out of sorts, out of our routine. And we'd like to be back in our routine. We'd like to be back in our normal, our day-to-day, our weekly schedule where we're doing our things. But life just fucked with us for a while.
That's right.
And now we're back.
We're back. But yeah, starting part 4.
Part 4.
God, I lost my train of thought.
Choo-choo left the station.
Mm-hmm.
We are recording this after 4th of July, and I will say we did, in fact, experience what I can only describe as I thought they were bombing the neighboring city.
It was constant.
It was constant.
It was all day.
Like, I thought it was professional fireworks from how, like, nonstop it was until it was hour 2. And I said, I don't think they're supposed to go for that long.
Mm-hmm. It was still like midnight.
It was still midnight. It was nonstop, and it was ugly.
It was really annoying.
It was really annoying. And we don't have an air conditioner, so our windows had to be open.
That's right.
So we fell asleep to the sound of gunpowder.
Yep.
We should be doing ASMR fireworks. That's
well, mine were so low I didn't even pick it up.
Did mine get picked up?
Yes, yours did.
Nice. Sometimes I don't get picked up, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
by the microphones.
Exactly. If the audio is a little
or just
funky,
in general.
If the audio is funky, let me know. Trying some new things, so hopefully she doesn't get cut off.
Apparently I get cut off, which feels misogynistic by technology.
AKA,
and it probably is.
Yeah.
It's probably about the tone or the volume of my voice in comparison to a man's.
We were using the same channel, so I'm hoping the different channels, different filters.
I don't know really what that means, but...
both of our voices were funneling through one thing.
Uh-huh.
So I think like sometimes it was more set to me than it was like set to yours.
Got it. Yeah, and it should be about me.
That's right.
Right. Cool. Well,
Anyway,
We're
back
back.
to Sabrina. I remembered more. I was like, oh, I'm gonna forget stuff, but I definitely remembered more of part 3 coming into it, and I was like, oh, okay, we just kind of pick right back.
Oh, like you were worried you forgot things that happened in the last part, and so you were worried you were gonna need a refresh.
Totally.
Got it. I thought you meant like you forgot what happens after this.
I do. Part 4 is a little shaky for me.
I
remember some stuff.
I watched it the least.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I rewatched a lot of the other parts.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's much more in superhero comics, like this last section. At least this first one is like, everybody get together and we're gonna fight the big bad. We'll see if that holds.
Well,
we'll jump right into it. So part 4 was released December 31st, 2020. Oh, sorry, I gotta take off my headphones because the delay is really bad for some reason. At least I can watch the waveforms. December 31st, 2020 is when part 4 is released. And this was filmed back-to-back with part 3, so October of 2019. And then shooting for this ended on February 2020. And then this was canceled later that year in July of 2020, which was the same month, I believe, like the same week that Katie Keene got canceled, at least according to the Variety article I was reading. So a bad week for Roberto. All right, but this first episode is chapter 29, The Eldritch Dark. Blackwood chants and scribbles notes on pieces of paper. He's inside a tent that's named the Pilgrims of the Church at Night. Like a tent revival is what they're going for. Like, you know.
No.
I
love when someone goes, and I actually have no idea. I'm like,
right.
Mm-mm.
Like big kind of offshoots of the like Christianity where they host like big sermons and things inside tents.
This has never.
Let me get a real definition for you here.
This hasn't I have a visual of this. Like I am certain this is a thing. Now that you've said it, I just did not.
I'm like, I don't know how to say this.
This was a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tent revivals, also known as tent meetings, are gatherings of an evangelical Christian worshipers in a tent erected specifically for the purpose of revival meetings, camp meetings, evangelism, and healing crusades. So traditionally or historically, they spread evangelical Christianity through great awakenings that occurred across the early United States before the American Civil War. Damn.
Ew.
But have done this thing over history here.
Got it.
In the Methodist tradition, yeah, so they're high level, that's what they're going for. And that's why Father Blackwood is speaking with an American accent. What they're trying to do there is like, he's just a Southern tent revival, like, he's like kind of doing a funky accent there.
Yeah, what's funny is I was like, his accent's like, there's something wrong, but I wouldn't have been able to pick it out.
I was like, oh, because it's like not like fully, he's like towing a line.
Yeah.
The candle goes out and he's like, the first of the Eldritch Terrors is upon us, where darkness will spread across the land. A bunch of miners emerge from the mine and smash up hanging lights. One of them force chokes a houseless man. We see they're headed to Greendale because they turn off the city limit, the sign at the city limits. Sabrina comes down for breakfast and sees only Ambrose. She invites Ambrose out to the movies, and she's already going with her mortal friends who will be on a double date. Ambrose says he's enjoying his time alone. Thank you very much. Harvey tells the friends about the houseless guy who died by the mines, but they think it's like natural cause, like natural causes or like was like out. He kind of alludes to nobody thinks that ghost miners choked this guy is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he just died.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to talk about it. It's sad.
Yeah.
Roz is incensed that Greendale High has no sex ed and Wicca is circulating a petition. Sabrina says the Fright Club hasn't had a meeting in a while, and we learned that there hasn't been monsters in a long while, and the band broke up, and Sabrina's stuck watching her friends make out with each other. A miner walks by the academy and smashes a light, and Ambrose's like, hey, you, stop that! And then draws his wand, but the miner just like looks at him and keeps on going. Billy says his friend Carl wants to go on a date with Sabrina. She asks why he isn't asking her himself, and Billy's like, well, he's shy. She sees him down the hall, and Sabrina says, well, he has to do it himself if he wants to go out with me. And she passes by Miss Wardwell, and we see that Sabrina's memory spell didn't work on her. Well,
It's like undoing?
it was like undone? Is that what
No,
you're
I
saying?
think it's like it's fading. It's like she had a memory spell, but then she saw Sabrina and like the memory spell. She's remembering the memory spell.
My read on that was it's like the first time she's seen Sabrina in a while. Well, no, but it's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. Zelda leads the coven in prayer to Hecate, who's their, new goddess, including a new statue that has the maiden, mother, and crone, a big upgrade. The coven will also name a crone, maiden, and mother. The crone, of course, will be the keeper of mysteries, and Zelda's like, it's not because of my age, but it'll be me. And then mothers can create life, so it'll be Hilda. Okay. The maiden represents curiosity, pursuit of knowledge, and boundless potential, and Prudence is chosen, which makes Sabrina upset. We see Prudence and Nick have grown close to each other. Ooh. Melvin asks Sabrina out, and Sabrina's like, well, I'm not ready to get into a relationship right now. He's like, I just wanted to go on a date. Like, it's not all that serious, but like, that's okay. Sabrina tells Ambrose she wants to visit Sabrina Morningstar in hell to see what her life is like, and Ambrose is like, that is the worst idea you have ever come up with in a list of long ideas. And he's like, it'd be terrible for the universes, and goes into all these details, and that she has to be okay with the life she chose. That's our lesson for the episode.
Is it though?
For the season, maybe it's our arc.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Wardwell drinks at home when there's a knock at the door. She finds Agatha, who calls herself Sister Julia. She says she's part of a new church in town and invites her to join. Wardwell goes to close the door when Agatha calls her out for being afraid of what's going on in the world, and the church can help her. She's like, oh, you knew I was afraid? A white woman in the suburbs? Hilda notices Sabrina is home early and down in the dumps, and Sabrina feels left out from the mortals because they're all hooking up with each other. Hilda says, why don't you give the Fright Club a reason to get back together? It's like the worst idea. Why don't you go trick your friends into liking you? Billy is in the school bathroom when all the sinks turn on and start running blood. He then sees Bloody Mary, which is like an apparition of the Virgin Mother, but she has like the crown of thorns on. It's the Sacred Heart, where she has like if you've seen the images, where she has like the heart kind of like outside of her chest, or it's like shown to be outside of her.
But this one's all like gory and bleeding and stuff.
Yeah. And then it turns out it was Salem and Sabrina making him scared, but he runs down the hall. Man, I need to grab Billy's actor's name because he does such a good job in this scene of just being like, there's like a ghost. And then the Fright Club calls an emergency meeting. Sabrina tells them it's Bloody Mary, and they all agree to help, and Sabrina runs down the plan. Now,
the most suspicious part of this all is that Sabrina immediately knew what it was and had a plan.
Yes, you know exactly where my head was.
Yeah, I was like, girl, you made it too obvious.
Yeah, I know. Sabrina, you always have to go through like, well, we got to figure this out. And then like go to Ambrose.
It's really cute watching these scenes too, because like the way when she's facing just the camera, she looks like all excited. And then when she faces her friend, like you can tell she's acting. Like it's really, it's done really well.
It is. Yeah, and showing that she is still, young, a teen.
Yeah, well, and she's lonely.
Mm-hmm. Blackwood preaches. He kind of, I wrote down, he sounds like Russell Crowe. And Russell Crowe's also putting on an accent. But he sounds like Russell Crowe when he's being American in movies. Miss Wardwell comes in, and Blackwood tells them not to fight the darkness, but embrace it to be saved. This sets up Wardwell's sign situation that we get into later. The Fright Club summons Bloody Mary at the school bathroom. She appears, and they break all the mirrors, and then she's like, runs away into the library. They corner her, and Sabrina banishes her, and she runs at Harvey and dissolves into blood all over Harvey. I like that Sabrina made this detail. She's like, I'm going to make him get slimed like Slimer in Ghostbusters. Sabrina says ghosts like these usually run in packs, so we're all just going to have to do a whole lot more together. And then Roz looks at her suspiciously like, aha.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina comes home to a miner taking all the electricity from her front sign, but then they disappear. Hilda brings Zelda dinner and tries to get Zelda to cut. Oh, yeah, because I cut out a scene of Zelda and Mamba Marie just hooking up. I was like, I don't know if that's enough for me to have a detail here. But following up on that scene, Hilda brings Zelda dinner and is like, hey, you and Marie, what's going on there? But then a witch comes in and is like, Sister Zelda, we need your help. They find a miner in the bedroom of the academy, and Zelda's like, who are you? How'd you get in here? And then the miner starts voicing all of her innermost fears and What's the other word for it?
Spares? Insecurities?
Insecurities, thank you. And Hilda comes in with a candelabra, and she's like, "You're just a big bully," and it's like, bullies always wear masks. Hilda is so cool.
Hilda's so cool.
And then she pulls off the miner's mask, and turns out the miner was all just empty darkness, and Zelda is a bit scarred from the experience. The next day at breakfast, Zelda thinks the miner was just a spectral miner, but she doesn't know how they knew about her fears. Ambrose and Sabrina talk about seeing other miners around town. The phone rings and Hilda answers it, and it turns out the coroner is bringing in 3 bodies of vagrants who all died of mysterious circumstances. Roz tells Sabrina she saw through the Bloody Mary with her cunning and asks, it immediately makes sense later. It's like, Sabrina, I can see through this shit. And she's like, why did you do it, Sabrina? Sabrina's like, well, I was scared of losing the friend group. And Roz's like, well, there has been distance between us, and we've been changing. Sabrina's like, I haven't. And Roz is like, have you not watched the past 3 parts of the show? All you've done is change. You've gotten powers, you've been queen of hell, and if anything, we've all gotten left behind. So but we're always gonna be friends. You just have to ask to hang out, and leaves. And then Sabrina cries.
But she was asking to hang out.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Ambrose and Salem.
I mean, Sabrina's wrong, but
yes.
I was like, hold on, let me back that up real quick.
Yeah, exactly. She's having a hard time. She's in between things right now.
Ambrose from having 2 futures to having no future, basically.
Yeah, or I guess no present.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry, no path for a future.
Mm-hmm.
Ambrose and Salem review the bodies, and Salem remembers the mining disaster of 1949, and the vagrants are dying the same way the miners did, crushed, poisonous fumes, and they all died in the dark. Sabrina finds Ambrose and Nick looking up resurrection spells, and then Sabrina joins them to raise the vagrants for only 1 minute. They asked how they died, and one miner said, it was the Eldritch Terror that killed us. And the darkness is gathering and going to snuff it all out. And then Ambrose is like, where is the source? But their time runs out. And then Nick thinks that the absolute darkness is in the mines. I wonder where he got that idea. Nick watches over Ambrose and Sabrina as they astral project to where the mining disaster happened. They find a bunch of miners standing over what looks like a tar pit. Ambrose says they need to go and prepare. They come back to Prudence being there to help out because she wants revenge on her father.
Now, is that why Prudence is there? Or was she worried about Ambrose?
Yeah, everybody with bad blood in the same room. Not bad blood, but messy breakups. The electricity goes out at the Spellmans, and we see that is happening all across town. Ambrose realizes that the darkness can take over the town with all the lights out. They come with a plan to fight the darkness, and Sabrina wants to enlist Sabrina Morningstar to help. Ambrose reluctantly agrees as long as her and the other Sabrina don't let anyone else see the 2 of them. Hell is having a grand old party as they are forced to watch Sabrina and Caliban perform their Dancing with the Stars routine. Sabrina Spellman is disguised as the minion and talks to Morningstar alone, and Lilith sees them from across the floor suspicious. Why is she hanging out with the minion? Sabrina Morningstar seems to be having a really good time in hell, and then Spellman's like, I'm also having a really good time. And then the 2 of them think that they could burn bright enough to take out the darkness. Nick visits Harvey and Roz to get their help distracting the miners. Prudence goes to the Coven's leaders for help, and Zelda wants to protect the Coven over everything else, but Mambo Marie pushes for them to go on the offensive. The Academy prays to Hecate to seal Greendale's borders. Wardwell drinks and grades at the high school and finds that a miner is smashing lights in the hall. They break down the door to her office, and she's like, oh, wait a minute, that preacher. He told me something about embracing the darkness, so I need to embrace the darkness. Swing away. And then she snuffs out the candles, and then the miner's like, cool, thank you. Robin and Theo meet the miners in the woods as they exit the mines, and they draw them away with lanterns. They lead them to the carnival, which is lit up and running. Meanwhile, Ambrose and Sabrina enter the Sabrinas enter the mines. As the miners end up in the middle of the carnival, Nick shuts off the power, and Roz and Harvey lead them away with flares into the Snake Charmer's tent. Once the miners are all there, they drop their flares and run out, and then Nick leads the mortals in chanting a spell to seal the miners in the tent. Morningstar enters the absolute darkness and chants around a big lamp, like a big light bulb, really. As she chants her spell, it lights up blue, and outside, Spellman and Ambrose help her with spells. And then inside the absolute darkness, it talks about how alone Morningstar is, and she put her family and friends in danger, and she's forgotten. And the lights fade, and Spellman knows she has to go in. She finds Morningstar on the ground in distress. Sabrina Morningstar confesses how alone she feels in hell, and she pretended to be okay. And Spellman's like, I also felt the same way, but we have to, we always have each other, and we can get through this together. And then the two of them chant around the light. Nick and the Fright Club continue to chant, and we see they missed a miner who's coming after them. Sabrina can't fight the darkness, so Ambrose calls to Prudence. Prudence says, we have to focus our energies on Sabrina, and the Coven changes their tactics. And then Darth Miner starts force choking the Fight Club. The Sabrinas hear the Coven's chants overpowering the darkness, his voice. Oof, Jesus Christ, Brenton. Copy editor. It works, and the darkness is banished. The Sabrinas come out with a light bulb filled with absolute darkness, doing the impossible, which is trapping an Eldritch Terror. Blackwood reassures Agatha that there are 8 terrors in total, just like the episodes in this season, and promises their enemies will not stop them next time. This cracked me up because it's kind of like, but you didn't do anything. At school, Sabrina sees Roz and Harvey and goes to Carl and asks him to the movies. At the academy, she sees Prudence and Nick and then goes to Melvin to accept his date proposal. We see that both Morningstar and Spellman are on Earth having a nice little dance party. The dancing with myself. Yeah, pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then the aunties almost catch them, but Spellman hid in the closet. And also we learned that it was Spellman who did in fact ask both boys out.
Because because she talks to Morningstar.
Yep. The end.
Okay. So some of the cool things about this episode is I love a self-love moment. I love a Sabrina has to look at Sabrina and be like, wait, we have each other, which is I got you. I got me, but the physical manifestation of that, which is fun and cool. And I like that. I really like that it's very heavy-handed, but then
totally. If you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love anybody else?
Exactly. So I think that that's good and important. I like that we're facing other really strong characters' fears, specifically Sabrina's and Zelda's. Those are the ones that are brought up in this episode. No one else's, huh?
No.
I think it's just the two of them.
Yeah.
So I think that's fun. It's a good parallel between the two of them. These two women who have this mother-daughter, but also very a complicated relationship just because of their strong personalities and who they are. So we have that. We have Sabrina's dark night of the soul moment with Sabrina. Ambrose then has everyone basically prove to them that they're not alone. And they call on Hecate and not the whole Morningstar power. So do they always have their Morningstar powers, but then they can also use Hecate power?
Yeah. So I think it's kind of like they're loaning their powers to them.
Mm-hmm. And everyone participates in that except for Sabrina's friends and Nick.
Oh.
And I think that's really interesting.
Interesting.
So the Coven has her.
Mm-hmm.
But also, without her, the Coven would be dead 4 billion times.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not like her friends and Nick aren't off doing something important.
Yeah.
But I think that they're incapacitated in this particular moment. So I think the idea that they don't get called on to help her is very interesting.
Yeah. That is important. Of the people that are giving...
The people that are supporting Sabrina in this scene are Ambrose, obviously her aunts, and Prudence, and then the rest of the Coven. And her friends aren't.
Yeah. Because it's her friend, she's feeling alienated from her friends, so it's kind of understanding that there's more people in her life that still have her back as well.
Mm-hmm. That there's more to her life than just her direct friendships and the relationships she's had.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Harvey and Nick.
Uh-huh. Yeah, outside of love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But of course, she's friends with Theo.
Romantic love, I should say. Sorry.
And of course, that Ambrose is with her, I think, is always important because I think that relationship is just very important.
Yeah, their relationship is always good because it's Ambrose head in hand, shaking his head like, "Oh God, what did you do?" But also, I'm still here.
Yeah, we're gonna fix this. But I thought that was interesting, and like I wasn't sure if it was intentional.
I bet it is.
Uh-huh.
Like I think I hadn't thought about it until you're kind of mentioning it here, but I think it's very intentional
Mm-hmm.
because that's who she has to be able to define herself outside of. I'm thinking of like being young. It's
Mm-hmm.
you want to define yourself so much by your friend group and things, but when they all start doing their own things, it can like feel really like alienated. Like throughout this episode, that's what this is
Mm-hmm.
finding here. So it's Sabrina finding both the power in herself and also the other people in her life, like because the coven's basically family, at least part of her family in
Mm-hmm.
there. That she still has a support system in place of people who care about her to then be able to define herself to then be able to be with her friends or like have a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm. But is the coven also just like, is Prudence doing it because she wants to get to Blackwood? Like, is she just using Sabrina?
I mean, there is that, but I don't think that's Prudence doesn't
Care
care
about
for Sabrina.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It's like how I really like the Prudence and Nick of it all. I don't really love this, but I think it's very funny because from the beginning we know that he'd been with the Weird Sisters. And so you're like, oh, this is just two people finding comfort in each other because they're sad and lonely and depressed.
Right, yeah.
And they're using it to make two cousins jealous.
Yes.
They're doing this very intentionally.
Yeah, you shake your head at, well, you kind of shake your head at both. The Prudence Ambrose breakup, I was kind of like, think this really needed to happen. I guess she's like pissed that Ambrose didn't let her kill her dad all the way back when.
Yeah.
But it's like Nick, it's like you just need to get out of your own way.
Nick's just an idiot.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But it is kind of annoying and boring. Like, there's so much other shit that can happen in the show that I'm like, why is this what we're doing?
I know, you just want them back together.
I just want them back together because I prefer, this is a take everyone's heard 4 billion times on this podcast, but like sometimes it's more interesting to watch couples navigate difficult things than it is to watch them break up for the 47th time.
Yeah.
It's just boring.
It is. And especially when you're like, when there's nothing compelling filling the void there.
Yeah. It's just annoying. And they still have to keep them around a lot. Like they're not just like writing them off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just dumb. So I like that. I like that Nick has the mortals all do a little magic with him to lock the miners in. So I'm like, is that because Hecate gives power to everybody? Like if you ask? Or is that just like him being like...
That was interesting. It was
because the women all did it the first time.
But
now the men are involved.
Yeah. Maybe. I guess I could see that. I don't quite know much about that. So maybe it is the change in God. Whereas Hecate would be more
willing to potentially give the mortals power, or anyone who worships her. Whereas like with Lucifer, obviously, if you were not his.
No.
But also like with Lucifer, like they are witches. They're born as witches. So like, how does that work? How does the whole thing work without Lucifer? Did they exist before Lucifer?
Yeah, like where does like the
what's the history here?
Yeah, where do you get your power? Is it just that you are part of, are you were human and then you just happen to be part of a coven to like enlist you in? Or
but no, you're
is it
born
like,
because it's like there's something about the blood because Sabrina's half mortal, half witch.
Yeah.
Because if it's just being brought in, then Sabrina would have been fully witch from the beginning.
That's true. So I guess it doesn't. You have. I guess you have some magical powers.
Species.
Yeah. Right. They are. Listening to podcasts on Lord of the Rings, so it's like, they're the elves or the Numenorians.
Yeah.
They're the humans with magic, or Numenorians, I guess would be.
I just thought that was fun and interesting. I do kind of miss hot take. I miss the Satan of it all.
Yes. Yeah. I think.
You lose a lot of the friction when it's no longer a male-driven religion who are misusing their god to exert control over people. And it would have been a much more fun and fulfilling thing for me to watch women take over and like have Satan be like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like it'd be almost more fun if Lucifer was like, okay, fine, like kick the men out. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, well, they hurt you. Go get revenge. Because that's the type of god Lucifer is up until like this point.
Yeah.
Also, there's no way Lucifer doesn't know there's two Sabrinas.
As soon as they've put him on screen, it's been like as Luke Cook, unfortunately, and it's nothing to do with Luke Cook, and it's all to do with the writing around him is just awful. He's just like, I've talked about how much he loses all the time, but yeah, he's just like completely cut out now. Nothing.
But he was so fun and cool up until like that point. Like they were bringing in this, and even when they first brought him in, you're kind of like, okay, like they're gonna do something with him. Like he's got the upper hand.
Yeah.
There's the reveal that Nick was told by him to get close to her. Like that's all like him having the upper hand and the power, and for him to just kind of be like diminished so quickly. They got rid of the big bad too quickly, I think.
Yeah, and they didn't replace him with anything interesting.
No.
Like I don't think the Eldritch Terror thing is all that interesting.
No, and I don't think the pagans were all that interesting, like in comparison.
No, because again, they didn't go anywhere really all that much either.
And they could have also shown up and then had to rely on him. Like there's back and forth you could have played with more than, I don't know, putting.
Yeah, of doing the other pantheons and like the competition there, which they floated in the background, and I don't know, it doesn't really go anywhere again.
Yeah, I just think it could be a lot more.
And like I said, my favorite episode was Sabrina having to deal with the hell of it all.
I want more hell. I enjoyed hell.
Yep.
I enjoyed the challenge to be queen.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Totally.
Like a contest.
And Lucifer being locked up and caged in a body, you know, trying to figure out a way to get back it wasn't bad either. It's just him. He used to have weight in the story, and now he doesn't. It's like he doesn't matter. He used to have machinations. He used to be a thorn in their side, and now he's just nothing.
Exactly. He just doesn't exist to them anymore.
Nope. And then to us as viewers.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And I think Blackwood is a really poor replacement for this season.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's just kind of like off doing his own thing because they just needed to keep him in, I guess. It's like, I don't care that he's starting a tent revival.
No, and he was already like the weaker of the two big bads. Like he's the big bad we should have taken down early in the show, and then it should have been like still dealing with Satan, and like Satan being this like moral, I don't want to say morally gray, but you know what I mean? More just like impassive, like whatever.
Yeah, because Lucifer is the embodiment of evil, but also cunning.
Yeah.
Whereas Blackwood's just like, we're going to burn it all down. And that's just so devoid of anything to be, to latch onto, to think about, or have like a motivation. He's just like, I'm crazy now. I put scare quotes there. Yeah. Sorry. I shouldn't use crazy, but, just like, and then the Agatha of it all too, of like, why is she doing this with him? I don't know. And then I think related to the tent revival not mattering and being kind of like boring, is the following up on your complaint of like how they're writing Wardwell. Like Agatha says two things like, oh, I know you're scared out there, and she's like, oh, you're not. You're right.
I am drinking at home by myself, and I'm scared.
Right. And also completely missing the theme of the religion, that religion is to provide you like spiritual answers, not like physical answers. So like that, like, wait, actually what the father told me, or the pastor told me in the sermon, is a way to solve this like weird, mysterious thing that's happening now where someone's trying to kill me and break down my door.
Yeah.
Yeah, people go to church to get like wider answers than like, well, you're gonna want to like
blow out the candle.
Exactly. I mentioned Signs. It's exactly. I don't know. Have you seen Signs? Do you remember Signs?
Did I see Signs?
I haven't watched Signs in forever. I was never much of a Signs fan. But in that movie, someone tells, I think, Joaquin Phoenix in the past to swing away, and then it becomes in the movie when the aliens are invading. It's like, wait, I have to beat the aliens with a bat. That's what this reminds me of. I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Couldn't have figured that one out yourself?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yep.
It's very interesting. Yeah, I like that there's more Salem.
Yeah, Salem's really featured in this.
I don't love the rest of it.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, it's like the end game of like superhero comics of like we're gonna all fight the big bad now. I just read the final volume 4 Birds of Prey by Kelly Thompson. The run ended recently. Great run, but that last volume is like there's this arc of fighting this group of villains, and they just get chumped out within like the first couple issues. So it's like every single time they just kind of show back up, and you rinse, repeat, fight. And I don't think that end game of superhero comics is usually all that interesting. It's usually the like, hey, there's something weird going on. Oh, it's a supervillain causing this. Like that's the fun part, not just the like, oh, we got to go head to head. I mean, that's what this kind of like feels like.
Yeah, I agree.
No, they're not solving anything, and I think that's the like half the fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss the old days.
The other thing too, not to continue to harp on Blackwood, of Agatha being like, "Damn, we didn't get them this time," reminds me of like anime or like kids cartoons too, where it's like, the evil villains are over here and they're sending their minions to attack the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I was thinking like the early episodes of Sailor Moon, but at least like those people aren't interfering because they're like locked away. So they're sending minions. Blackwood is just off somewhere else. So it's like,
you're like, do something.
Maybe exactly. Oh, you wanted it to go through? Anyways.
Do something, Blackwood.
Exactly. Come on, girl, give us nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, he's giving us nothing. Well, any other thoughts on this episode?
No, I think that's it for me.
Yeah. I felt very strongly about the like Sabrina self. Oh, the other thing I want to talk about was I think it's really interesting with you could have very easily turned this into just a narrative of like when you just have yourself, like how you can stay strong for you and take care of you. But because it's a physical embodiment of her outside of herself, it's a little different. And this person has a different life now.
Yes.
And they're both the lives they both could have had. And they probably would be happier if they'd never split and they'd both had both life still, which I'm like, just merge back together. I don't really know how that works, but just merge back together. But I was thinking about it and I was thinking like, is part of this like, is it bad to only have yourself like as a best friend? Like, is that part of what it's getting at here too? Is like, you need people outside of you. And so you have to be willing to like work with them and ask them like, and be honest with them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's really good.
I thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, this might be something to chew on.
Yeah, I think that, because even though they are having a great time, we know that this, for cosmic reasons within the show, it's not a good thing for them to be only hanging out with themselves. Like you have to find that self-reliance piece, but you also have to still open yourself up to others. So I think that's a really good point.
And they're putting themselves above the like safety of the universe.
Yes, very selfish.
Very interesting.
Cool. I do like that.
Yeah. That's what I've got.
That's what I've got.
Like when a cat brings you a dead bird. This is what I brought you.
That's right. That's this episode.
I didn't even kill it myself.
The cat. Yes. Welcome back. We brought you a dead bird.
That's all we've got for you.
That's all we've got.
We've got that and a big depressing black ick.
Yeah. Big black tar.
Well,
I did think they would go into the tar. He's just like, I gotta go in the room behind the tar. I'm like, oh, I thought the absolute darkness was the bubbling thing.
Yeah,
and that would have been scary.
But
that would have been good. But Kiernan Shipka's like, I'm not going into it.
Well, also, how do you film that?
Yeah, that she's going into it.
Yeah, but then it's just like black goop.
Yeah, and then like on the other side is when they're in that. I did like
you just wanted them to get tarry.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Goopy.
I thought you meant like that you wanted it to be a pit of tar that they then were in. And I was like, well, you can't film that.
It's like a jacuzzi.
Visually, that's not going to work. It's just going to be gross. Black goop. Just black goop with audio.
Yeah, exactly. Blop, blop. Oh no, they're losing. Blop, blop. Anyways.
Well.
You can find this podcast on all your audio podcast platforms of choice at Dead Ends. You can also find this on our YouTube channel at dead_ends, where there will be at some point a vlog. I just need to work on it. I know, my apologies, but my promise to you is I will make this blog, and also a promise to myself, as we learned from the episode.
Yeah. Oh, look at you.
I know.
Are you doing it with Brenton?
That's right.
You need 2 last names, though.
Ooh.
What's
I
your
don't have a cool other last name.
Yeah.
Well,
think on that.
Howdy. Brenton Howdy. Looking around the room, looking at the first thing I could.
Your Donald Duck Howdy shirt.
Nikon.
Oh God. Not even like Dell or like any of the.
I don't have Dell.
You have a Dell monitor.
Hey, wait, except for that.
Edifier, the speakers, like that's a name.
Brenton Edifier.
Brenton Edifier.
There
Sounds like you're gonna like blow shit up.
Yeah. Watch out for him. Where were we?
You're gonna do our plugs, I think.
We did we're on Blue Sky at dead-ends.
Mm-hmm.
We're also on Instagram at deadendspcast.
Mm-hmm.
Our podcast art is done by Senki R. You can find it listed there, portfolio, and all the podcast descriptions. Email deadendspcast@gmail.com.
We'll get back into this. Yeah.
We're rusty.
Well, not today, Satan.
Not today, Satan, because
you're not even involved anymore.
You're a chump. We don't care about you. Got Eldritch Terrors to worry about.
I miss the beginning.
You're not even in charge of hell anymore.
I really miss the beginning.
Maybe he retired.
Oh yeah, because she's queen.
Yeah. You think he does? Maybe it's driving him crazy. He's like, I didn't want to retire.
Oh yeah. Well, and he's not king anymore, is he?
No.
How is that even working in hell?
I know, because they were supposed to take over the earth, and she was supposed to be queen of hell, and that was the whole thing. And now he's not. They're not taking over the earth, and she's just throwing dance parties.
And so I want to know, like, what's going on in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we getting a lot of that?
I know. More interesting.
Well.
Yeah.
I guess goodbye.
Goodbye for now.
We love you.
Love you. See you next week.